This is another exciting episode of the Creatia Conversation. The number one news source for all that nerdish on the hub. I'm your host, Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, a.k.a. the Dragon King, a.k.a. Big T, a.k.a. T Money, a.k.a. Sweet Tea, a.k.a. Black Merlin, a.k.a. the HNIC. And I'm joined today by my best friend and co-host, the Warden, Matt Ritter. What's happening, Matt?
I've got a question for you. If you're a dungeon master and you've hosted the number one Dungeons and Dragons episode on Pornhub, which I'd say we have, as a dungeon master on Pornhub, does that make you a sex dungeon master?
Possibly. I'd have to consider that and give it some thought, Yeah. Something to think about.
Because we could add, I would happily add sex dungeon master to your AKAs.
we can talk about that. I do have, we'll talk about that another time. But how you been, sir? What you been up to? All that good stuff. What you been watching? What you been playing?
I forgot to talk about it on Tuesday with Katie, but Pokemon Home finally fucking dropped for Scarlet and Violet. So I went through, I did that, and got all that straightened out, transferred and other games to this one. So I've been working on those. A little Jedi Fallen Order, or Jedi Survivor, not Fallen Order. Finally got the Jedi because I've been dildos and dragons. I like that. Trying to just run around the first map, like the second world or the first world that you get to, really, because like there's the opening world that doesn't really count, is so fucking huge and expansive, and I was just running around just trying to like open up every area that I could, and I got tired of it, so I just went to Jeddah to go find some other shit. So I got there last night, and then I saved
like
it.
The Volkswagen?
No, not like the Volkswagen.
Oh.
The world Jeddah, not like Saudi Arabia either, not where they hold wrestling events. Though it is really sandy there, go figure. And then Diablo 4 early access started yesterday.
I was going to ask you if you got into Diablo 4.
I have not yet. So Kate and I decided we're going to play together.
Okay.
So obviously we talked about that yesterday. So when I got home, she was in bed. So I played some Jedi Survivor, and then this morning I got up and I was going to get on and start doing stuff, and I hadn't downloaded it on the Xbox yet, so then I was downloading it and then had to do this. So this weekend, hopefully we'll get some time and get into some Diablo 4.
So you missed the show yesterday, but
Yes.
me and Will talked about Diablo 4 yesterday. Do you know it is sitting super high on OpenCritic right now? Like,
I'm not surprised. It looks amazing, and I played the open beta a little bit, and it was fun as shit.
It's an 89 on OpenCritic. 97% of critics recommend it. Like, it is, boom, it is killing it right now on OpenCritic. And then I was telling Will, I've read those reviews and reading the actual reviews and seeing what people are saying about it, and listening to people who have done previews with it and people who have played it and what they've experienced with it and all that. I was like, Will, I think I need to get Diablo 4.
I think you do.
Like, just reading about it and seeing other people and what the fun they've been having, like the way they describe it and everything. Like, we know as we've seen it and watched all the stuff that we've seen with trailers and everything, it's based in Dungeons and Dragons, so that's getting my attention anyway. But even like the way that they describe things, right? How they say, like, they don't say you create your character. Like, they say you roll a character. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that means. Like, it's a lot of things. Just the way that the whole thing is set up that makes me want in, and I'm like, I think I need to go ahead and hop on here. And the thing is, Matt, it's crossplay. So
yep,
I can be on my PlayStation. You can be on your Xbox. John can be on his Xbox. Kobe can be on his PlayStation, because I definitely, like the night before last when I was listening to stuff and reading stuff, I text Kobe. I'm like, yo, Kobe. He was like, yeah, what's up? I think we need to get Diablo 4. And it's just...
John hit me up the other day and asked me if I was getting it. And I told him I had pre-ordered it, blah, 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 because he's all excited because he got me into Diablo 3. Like, I had never really played Diablo before. And then he's like, hey, come check this out. I got into it. And then Kate and I, after I had it for a little while, and I was like, we were looking for someone to play. I'm like, we can all try this. And we played it, and she actually got into it. And we played together, and we played with John and ran around and did some shit and had a bunch of fun. And the cool thing is, you can make multiple characters, I think, because again, I haven't played with this one much, but in Diablo 3, you could have multiple characters. So, like, I could be running a character with Kate through our story together. If I really get into the game and want to play it and don't want to wait for her, I can just start another character and go build that one up on my own. So like me and her can do our.
It seems like it's encouraged for you to do multiple runs anyway with different types of characters and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. And apparently, like, you can, like, if I was reading things correctly, like, say you've been building your character a certain way for a while, you can break that down and rebuild in another direction if you don't like it, kind of thing. So
okay.
Yeah, so like the things like say you put, I forgot what it is you put into certain slots and all that kind of stuff to build yourself. You can strip that down and kind of reallocate to as you see fit if you think something's not working for you and stuff like that. You know, keep your same class and everything like that, but like the way that you allocate things in your class is,
But that's the cool thing is you can run multiple characters at the same time. So like I think on Diablo 3, I had 3 or 4 characters. I think I tried every class. So like I had a high level character that I was running with John when me and John would play, the two of us, to like because we had beat the game and we're going through doing riffs and shit like that. Then I had a character that I was playing with Kate to kind of complement what she was doing. So if she went with the barbarian, I think I went with something else. And then the DLC came out, they had a necromancer, so I wanted to try that. So like, and at any time I could just select that character and go into where that character was in the game where I left him off.
Yeah.
Without like starting a whole new game. Like you could just pick from the little fire pit and be like, okay, I want to play as this one and run through it this time with this character. And then the next time I go in, I can just pick up where I left off with the other character with her. So I like that.
So yeah, it has my attention and it has me going, I think I might have to do this. I think I'm in. Anything else?
I got all caught up on Stargirl, Batwoman, and Superman and Lois. And I am 6 episodes into The Flash because it dropped on Netflix yesterday.
Okay.
Season 9. So I know who Red Death is. I know what's going on, and they've captured her. And there's 7 episodes left. And because it's The Flash, I'm assuming Thawne is going to show up because it's always Thawne.
I mean, it's always Thawne. Yeah. But so I'm going to go ahead and warn you now. The Red Death thing doesn't last the whole season, of course.
Well, yeah, they captured her. She's
Oh, they've actually gotten past all that. Okay.
Batgirl showed up, hit her in the suit, helped them fuck her up.
Okay,
so locked her up, and
they're going to give you 3 episodes of filler, and you're going to hate it.
Is it all going to be about Caitlin? That's not Caitlin. It's Keon.
It's going to be, if I remember correctly, it was one of each episode is going to be about things that are not Barry. And it's going to
You did a 13 episode season and gave me 3 episodes of filler. That's fucked up.
Yeah. So that's going to happen in the last 5 episodes, I think it is, that are going to actually matter.
Okay. And then it's done, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So everything I've watched because Batwoman finished up. That's not coming back. So whatever I watched on Max for that's it. That's done.
Yep, that's it.
Same thing with Stargirl.
Everything that's actually Arrowverse is done.
So Superman and Lois is iffy.
Superman and Lois is probably not coming back. They haven't officially renewed it or said it was canceled, but it's probably not coming back because CW's changing the way they're doing things, and they're not going to want to pay for that. Okay. So it's probably going to go away. There's a chance that they may pick it back up on HBO Max, but I doubt it.
Okay.
Because they've been getting rid of stuff, not adding stuff. I'm really thinking this is probably going to be the last season of Superman and Lois also.
But yeah, what about you? That's been me.
Not a lot. I've been working on a lot of things and kind of getting stuff set for us. I've got some other things in the works that I still haven't told y'all about. But that's because I'm still kind of working them out and seeing how to make it all work. But One thing I did watch, I watched the first part of the American Gladiators 30 for 30.
Okay.
And watching this, I was just like, wow. So American Gladiators is basically professional wrestling. Like,
yeah,
as far as like the way you treated the way the gladiators were treated and the way they were paid shit and the way they were like, getting hurt all the time, but still not wanting to leave because if they left, an alternate comes in, and if they kill it, then like, they're afraid they're gonna lose their spot and all that kind of stuff. Like, yo, this is pro wrestling. It's just like a lot of it, and it's like that one dude that's in charge that's really, the Vince McMahon of it all, I guess. But the difference between this dude and Vince is Vince would get in there and get his ass kicked too. This dude ain't doing it. He just watching,
like Caesar.
Basically stole the idea from other people and shit, and it's a whole thing.
I'm pissed because so we moved and we switched cable providers. We had DirecTV. Kate said she wanted to try Comcast. We got a better deal with Comcast, blah, 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 better internet. So we did that. The internet's great. No issues there. But the package that we have does not include Vice TV, apparently, which means I can't watch Dark Side of the Ring. I set the episode of Dark Side of the Ring that aired on Tuesday to record, and there was nothing there. Damn. And I went to go check as to why, and it's because it's not in our fucking package. And I don't think I can convince her for that one channel to upgrade our package for that amount of money. So now I have to wait until probably half of the season or the season's over. So I missed the Chris Candido Tammy story. You know why I need to watch this season, though, Travis?
Why do you need to watch this season?
Bash at the Beach 2001 is going to be an episode.
That's the Jeff Jarrett one, right?
That's the Vince Russo shits on Hulk Hogan one. And I need that in my life.
It's funny because, I guess you'll see everything on that episode. Then they'll tell you all the other stuff because there was supposed to be more to that story, and the whole him shitting on Hogan was supposed to be part of the story.
Oh, yeah. I've heard Vince Russo's side. I've heard Hulk Hogan's side, but I want to see what they do with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. Like, I know all of the interviews and all that. It's one of my favorite things in wrestling. It's probably my favorite thing in WCW history. I'm not going to lie to you. I would love to sit down and just do a Bash at the Beach 2001 bonus episode in case we never get there. And I've told you that.
I know.
Return to wrestling. It's my favorite thing in WCW history. So I want to see what Dark Side of the Ring does with it and see if we can get new insight from other people that were there.
Yeah. And also, Will, do you have it?
Yeah. The aggro crag.
Yeah. Guts. Yeah, that was my shit. But yeah, I think that's it as far as the new stuff I've been watching. I saw something new on Peacock that I wanted to watch. It's like this show where they make life-size version of Hot Wheels cars. Okay. And I'm like, that looks fucking awesome, and I want more of that. I haven't had any of that, but I already want more of that. So yeah. Probably gonna be another one of those things I watch later at night after Amani has gone to bed, because I don't think she's gonna care. But I got her into Lego Masters and Domino Masters and all that kind of stuff. So she might like it. So it's one of those. Dude,
I really liked Lego Masters, and by whatever the last season was,
the third season was not good. It was not.
I can't stand the host anymore. He annoys the shit out of me. He's so fucking corny. And
Will Arnett, I can ignore him though. My problem with the third season was everything felt like it had a gimmick and it was not a good one. Like the whole thing making like drivable things and with the Legos and all that, having to race it around the track, and then another one where they had to like, I forgot what they all were, but there were so many. I'm like, yo, just let them build cool shit. Like,
I don't even think I finished season 3, to be honest with you. And another thing that bothered me was I felt like as the seasons went on, all of the people that they were getting to come on the show felt like actors and gimmicks, as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There was a firefighting crew. Then there were these people over here. Like, I want the firefighters gone every week. I hated them so fucking much. And it just,
what is this early 90s fucking wrestling? Everyone's got to have a job.
Yeah, like they had these two people that were doctors or nurses or whatever, but they wore their scrubs every day for the show, and I'm just like, that's fucking stupid. Like, I don't want them all to have a damn uniform. like there were Canadians there. They always had on like some kind of Canadian thing and everything's like,
you know, it was 1992 WWF.
Yeah. Or 1997 WCW with all the Canadian stuff because if I don't know how far you've gotten with our next stretch of Return to Wrestling, but yeah.
I have not done anything yet. Normally I wait till you tell me when, and then I binge it within like that week before we're going to go. So it's all fresh.
I do that sometimes too, but also I know just how my schedule works and how it's going to be for me coming up soon. And I'm not going to be able to binge it. So I started to slowly watch. I'm just to remind you where we are, you know, leading up to World War III of 1997. That is November of 1997. And something else in November of 1997 big happened in wrestling.
Yeah.
In Canada.
Yep. In Montreal specifically.
Yes. So
somebody got fucked.
Yeah.
And then somebody said that they fucked themselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
I believe the quote is, I didn't fuck Bret Hart. Bret fucked Bret.
Yeah. And, you know, then there's, you know,
with my own spin on it.
Apparently backstage, the British Bulldogs, like, they fucked him. They fucked Bret.
I was just like, what the fuck are we in VA? I'm panicked.
Oh man. That's crazy. But yeah, so yeah, that actually happened on the 9th of November. There's a Nitro on the 10th. So yeah. So this is a fun time in wrestling. There's you know, and you know, if you all want to watch that, the best way to do that, and the only way to do that is by going to patreon.com/Creatia World, where for just $1, you get to see Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden Matt Ritter here, because we're going through old WCW stuff. And as I just let you know, we're in November of 1997 now, so we'll be watching all the Nitros leading up to World War III 1997. And that's a fun time in wrestling. There's a lot of stuff happening. Also, Multiverse of myself and Marty Shark Watkins every month, where we're doing not old, but just a span of animated comic book movies. We're working our way through DC right now. We just finished Flashpoint Paradox and getting ready for the new Flash movie coming up. And we're probably going to be doing Under the Red Hood next, one of my favorites. So yeah. There's that. You also get other things like exclusive merch. You also get this show ad free. We'll tell you all about that later. But yeah, that. But if you're watching this live, I want to thank you very much. If you're not, you can watch us live right here on twitch.tv/Creatia World. And while you're there, we would appreciate you throwing us a subscription. Just subscribe. Do it. Because, you know, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming, which means you connect your Amazon account to your Twitch account and you get a free sub every month. On top of that, they also give you a lot of extra stuff on Twitch, like, you know, gear for games and all that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly what it is this month, but you also get free games and all kind of stuff when you connect your Twitch to your Amazon account. It's a good deal. Also, you can watch us live and later on youtube.com/Creatia World. You trying to tell me something? Oh, yeah. I got you. youtube.com/Creatia World. Subscribe there. Doesn't cost you a thing. And while you're there, flick that bean, like we like to say, that little bean under the bell. Flick that shit. That way you know every time we go live, every time we drop a new video, all that good stuff. But if you watch later, that's not the best place to do it. The best place to do it is Matt's favorite place. What place is that, Matt? I'll let you tell him.
Pornhub.com/model/Creatia World, where you guys can check us out on Pornhub. All the content that you can find on YouTube, on Twitch, it's there after the fact. Podcast version only, no pre and post shows, just the straight up meat of the content is there on Pornhub, as well as exclusive Pornhub content that you can't get anywhere, and it's still free.
We give you the meat on Pornhub.
There are 2 exclusive watch-alongs, one featuring frequent co-host of the Creatia Conversation, Will Gray, and also my frequent co-host over at Smack and Raw, Katie Kinsey Bebe, and I, as we sit down and we watch Evil Head. Also, Justin from the Get Show podcast joined us, who was in the chat, and me, him, and Katie sat down and watched the Texas Dildo Masquerade, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style. So we're sitting there on the side of the screen, You get to watch the entire porn parody as we make fun of it and talk shit and just have a good time. So come get the meat on Pornhub.
Ed loves getting the meat on Pornhub. Oh yeah, Ed just says good times, great times. Actually, is what he said. But man, we've been bullshitting for quite some time. We have not even gotten to what this show actually is, and we are 22 minutes in. But that's okay, because you know what time it is.
Newsy time.
Newsy time.
Had to upstage me.
All right, so super meaty. Yes, super meaty. So we got some pretty significant news, not huge, because we kind of know some of it's coming, but we know Ubisoft is doing the Ubisoft Forward during the Summer Games Fest. The showcase is happening on the 8th, I believe that date is. It's that Monday. No, June 12th. That's the date. The 8th is the first showcase, the big one from Jeff Keighley and all that. But they dropped a little announcement trailer here about it. So let's look at that, and then we'll dig a little deeper into what's going on with it. How about that?
Let's dig.
Okay. Avatar,
Fuck Avatar.
Assassin's Creed, Mirage. That was the one we saw during the showcase, the PlayStation showcase. Okay. Got some racing happening.
Wait, what's that game?
Yeah, what's that game? Oh, fuck you too. Why you ain't tell me?
That's fucked up.
But yeah, so Ubisoft Forward, June 12th, actually during the time of this show. So we will be reacting to that live on Creatia Conversation on June 12th.
They should do a game based on that show that you want to watch where you build your own Hot Wheels car, but like as a real car, and then you race it around like a real life Hot Wheels track.
You know that exists, right?
No, but like as a real car, not like you build a Hot Wheels car in a game, but like you make a real car like a Hot Wheels car, and then they have real life road tracks that mimic the loops and shit of a Hot Wheels track.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
So like defy the laws of physics. Gotcha.
Exactly, like Forza, but
Gotcha.
with Hot Wheels track roads.
Gotcha. So we got a little bit more from it. So from comicbook.com, article by Cade Under, so go check this out. Says we'll be getting looks at a couple new Assassin's Creed games at the upcoming Ubisoft Forward event. The Assassin's Creed franchise is one of the most popular franchises in all of gaming, and it has managed to achieve that by regularly producing massive open world games that constantly shake up the formula with new mechanics, systems, and most importantly, settings. Ubisoft seems to be betting big on the franchise going forward, as it has already confirmed 3 new mainline games over the next handful of years: a VR game, a mobile game, and various adaptations across different mediums. Ubisoft is hosting its big Ubisoft Forward event on June 12th, and while it will likely have new looks at a bunch of already announced games from different franchises, feature looks at brand new games, it will also dig into the future of Assassin's Creed once again. We can probably expect some gameplay from Assassin's Creed Mirage, but Ubisoft is also planning to show off Assassin's Creed Nexus, a new VR game for MetaQuest headsets. It won't stop there, though, as Ubisoft also confirmed a new look at Assassin's Creed codenamed Jade, a new mobile game in the franchise that is set in China.
It's a mobile game? God damn it.
This is different from the Assassin's Creed Red, which is set in Japan and will be another mainline addition to the series. So there's Red, that's in Japan. Okay, that's not a mobile game. Okay.
Well, so about a month or so ago, some of this news came out. We talked about it. I don't remember if it was with Will or Vince. I think it was with Vince. And I saw that they were having what I thought was going to be a mainline game based in China. And I know that Assassin's Creed takes a lot from history, and our love for
Dynasty
the
Warriors,
history of China. So I thought maybe not a full-on tie, but there might be some. I'm like, maybe this is what gets me into Assassin's Creed. Now you're telling me it's a mobile game, and I'm like, fuck you.
Mobile games have gotten a lot better recently, dude. You can, give them a shot. I don't know, man. That showcase yesterday was pretty cool. Like the Asgard game. Forgot what it was called. Will, what was it called? The one yesterday, Asgard something 2. But yeah, it looked pretty awesome. But anyway, this is different from Assassin's Creed Red, which is said in Japan it will be a mainline addition to blah blah. It's unclear what will be shown for both of these new, more mysterious Assassin's Creed games, but Nexus is expected to release this year, so we'll likely get some gameplay and a release date. But yeah. So yeah, what are you thinking? More Assassin's Creed at the Ubisoft Forward. We pretty much knew that, but
a lot more Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see the gameplay from Red. The idea of doing an Assassin's Creed in Japan, maybe like samurai-esque version of the game, intrigues me. I was very excited for Jade until I found out it was a mobile game, as I said, so it is what it is. Asgard's Wrath 2.
Yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, if you all never, if y'all didn't see that, y'all should definitely check that out. We already watched it yesterday, so I'm not going to play it again here because we don't have the time. But yeah, Asgard's Wrath 2, y'all should definitely look at the gameplay and stuff from that. It looked pretty cool.
Or just go watch yesterday's episode and check out everything.
That too. Watch the whole showcase with us yesterday. It's like you get to hang out with your friends.
Because that wasn't even planned. You guys just... It happened.
Yeah, we got on to do the show normally. I'm like, oh shit, the MetaQuest showcase is happening. We'll pivot. We'll pivot, and he decided that's what we were doing that day. Because you know what, we do the breaking news here, the hard hitting stuff that while it's happening. If it's happening while we're on the show, hey, that's what's happening.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. Let's see. Watch the Ubisoft Forward thing. We'll come back to that in a second because we mentioned earlier that we got patreon.com/Creatia World, and when you watch us on patreon.com/Creatia World, you can actually get this show and all of our other stuff ad-free. But here's the thing. All you people watching right now who are watching us on Twitch and YouTube, you're not watching us on patreon.com/Creatia World. So for all of you watching normally, here is a word from our sponsors. To spice things up in the bedroom, then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creatiaworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creatiaworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creatiaworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creatiaworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high-quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creatiaworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creatiaworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description. And we are back, people. You're muted, sir.
Well, damn it, unmute me. You're the one that muted me.
Well, yeah, I wanted to make sure we didn't have no mishaps.
I'm just over here playing with Legos, Travis.
But yeah, let's see. We got some other news here. Last week, we actually talked about some things with the PlayStation Showcase and things that were missing and things that just didn't seem right. So we got some news, the past week or so that kind of clarified some things. But I want to talk about a couple of them here. One of them being the Last of Us factions not being there. So apparently, there's some issues with the Last of Us factions. It's being delayed. We never got an actual date, but we've been told it's like this is going to take a while for them to work out and make it happen and all that. But apparently, Sony owns Bungie now, the creators of Destiny, and the ones who run that game. And they've been kind of using them to look at all their live service games and kind of let them know, like, hey, this works, this probably won't work, there's an issue here, you need to fix this, that kind of thing. So I've got this article here from Forbes. Bungie reportedly viewed The Last of Us factions and found it lacking. So this comes from Forbes, written by Paul Tassi. So go over there and give him the view so he can keep his job, because everybody's losing their jobs right now. But here's the article. I don't want to say Jason Schreier delayed The Last of Us factions, but more or less, Jason Schreier delayed The Last of Us factions. So those of you who don't know who Jason Schreier is, he's a writer for Bloomberg. He used to write for Kotaku. He's usually the one. He's getting the scoops. He's one of the best games journalists out there, and he does great work. If you see something written by Jason Schreier, you best believe it was done well and done right. He's got the news. So anyway, while I'm half joking, while I'm reporting the story about troubles with the multiplayer project, he did end up forcing Naughty Dog to issue a statement about the game's delay, alongside talking about a separate single-player title. Schreier's report in Bloomberg has many interesting and somewhat unsettling details about factions, namely that Sony is now, quote, reevaluating the project and taking off a lot of its developers to assign them to other things. Factions is not canceled, but if it was struggling with its full team, it may not be long for this world with a much smaller one. Naughty Dog's statement did not make mention of a shrinking team size, only a delay. Not that Factions had a release date in the first place. But here it is. Here's a statement from Naughty Dog. As we know, many of you have been looking forward to hearing more about our Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job our studio has done thus far, but as development has continued, we've realized what is best for the game is to give it more time. Our team will continue to work on the project as well as our other games in development, including a brand new single-player experience. We look forward to sharing more soon. We're grateful to our fantastic community for your support. Thank you for your passion for our games. It continues to drive us. So, the tweet has also made reference to a brand new single-player experience, which seems like a reference to a new IP rather than single-player content expansion for The Last of Us, which is not how I read that. Perhaps the most interesting bit of reporting has to do with Bungie's evaluation of The Last of Us factions in their new role as Sony's live service gurus. Here's a quote from the Bloomberg article. It reads, Sony has invested heavily in games as a service or video games designed to be monetized beyond their initial sales through ongoing purchases. As part of that push, it asked another of its video game studios, Seattle-based Bungie, to evaluate the games across its portfolio. Bungie raised questions about The Last of Us multiplayer project's ability to keep players engaged for a long period of time, which led to the reassessment. But yeah, there's more to this. But basically, Bungie came in and was like, hey, I don't think that what you're doing is sustainable for the way you have this set up. What are you going to do about this? What are you going to do about this moving forward? Like, how are you going to make this better? And it sounded like they didn't really have answers. And they're like, oh, shit, we have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Last of Us multiplayer is in trouble. What do you think, man?
I still haven't gotten. I told you, Kate played The Last of Us. She got to a point where she got stuck, and then she couldn't get out and gave up. I still, because of everything else that came out, even though I have not got into The Last of Us. So,
same.
In Last of Us multiplayer, I mean, I love the show. I love talking about the show with you. It's a very interesting concept to me. But seeing as I haven't really gotten into the games, I'm not too worried about when the multiplayer comes out. I'm sure for fans of the franchise that were really looking forward to this and doing something with this, they're really disappointed. But
yeah, for me, it's, I don't really do online multiplayer games like that anyway. I'm more of a single player kind of guy until something like Diablo 4 comes along and I'm like, I want to play this with my friends, and I'm like, this is a thing now. So this is not something that really affected me either. I don't care one way or the other. Eventually I'll get around to playing The Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2, but I doubt I'd ever really get into the multiplayer anyway. So whenever it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I won't miss it.
So I've noticed this, and it's a thing with Twitch, because when I watch Will's stream and when I watch Katie's stream on Twitch, I always have a major delay if I'm watching from my phone. There's something with Twitch and the phones where there's a major delay between the video and the chat for some reason.
Yeah. Sometimes it's worse than others. Sometimes you just have to refresh, but
yeah,
it's yeah. It sounds like the majority of The Last of Us fans. The thing is, the concept of Naughty Dog making an online multiplayer game led me to believe it was going to be something interesting and different than most online multiplayer games that had my attention there. But that was more of a curiosity, less than an anticipation. You know what I mean? So
Naughty Dog.
Yeah. It was
Travis
more of
I was going to say Travis likes some Naughty Dog.
I do. But in other news of stuff that was missing from the PlayStation Showcase, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is still launching this winter despite Square Enix going quiet for a year. This article comes from IGN, from Ryan Dinsdale, so give them a click. So IGN does not keep, firing people. But Square Enix has finally released an update on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth after a year of remaining quiet, reassuring fans that it's still on track to launch this winter. posting the smallest possible Q&A on Final Fantasy VII Twitter. Square Enix answered the question, how is development progressing on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? The answer really doesn't give much away, though it sounds like fans may get a release date for the long-awaited sequel to Final Fantasy Remake soon. Development is progressing smoothly and according to plan, Square Enix said. We're currently working on nailing down a release date for the game. Though the existence of a second Final Fantasy VII Remake has been obvious for a long time, given that the first game only covers a small portion of the original story, the sequel was officially announced as Rebirth last June. Debut trailer was shown at the Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary celebration event, where Square Enix also announced that the remake would be turned into a 3-part trilogy, and the finale is already in development. Fans eagerly awaiting the updates on Rebirth haven't heard anything since. However, meaning another major announcement could be coming soon.
Fun fact.
Fun answer.
You're probably not gonna like to hear this. If
Okay.
I get an announcement anytime soon that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming, I might not get Final Fantasy 16.
Interesting.
And here's why. A, I've got to beat Jedi Survivor, Diablo's out, blah, 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 blah. But I also need to beat the PS5 version and get my character up on Final Fantasy Remake, which I was delayed on because of Hogwarts and all that, before Rebirth comes out. And then when Rebirth comes out, because I'm already invested in Final Fantasy VII and actually playing that game the way I want to play it, I don't know that I'm going to have time for 16 until maybe after I beat that. So,
well, okay, it's possible. It makes sense. Just remember, it's not supposed to come out till the winter, so that's like December at the earliest.
yeah, that's like 6 months away, Travis. Like, you know how long and how little time I have to play games and how long it takes me to get caught up on shit?
Yes, I do know.
Yeah,
but I also don't know exactly how far behind you are on Fantasy Remake, on 7 Remake, so it's not like I can really gauge that. And you telling me probably isn't going to help because I don't remember where everything happened. So,
yeah.
So it really depends on how much of 7 Remake you have left, but you know. Oh, talking about the Last of Us factions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, that's that. We got some other news that you're probably excited for, Matt. Some Lego stuff. So this article comes from comicbook.com from a Sean Fallon. So Lego Batman Returns Batcave Shadow box set. Okay. So Lego Batman Returns Batcave Shadow box set is about to drop. So with Michael Keaton donning the cowl once again as Batman in the upcoming Flash movie, nostalgia for Tim Burton's original film is at an all-time high. Lego is ready to add fuel to the fire with the 76252 Batcave Shadow box. It clocks in with a hefty 3,981 pieces and recreates the entire Batcave from the 1992 film Batman Returns in high detail. Naturally, the Batmobile is also included and buildable in the set. All signs point to this being a hot seller, and your first chance to own it is happening on June 4th/5th. Everything you need to know can be found here. But yeah,
let me just pull that article up on my phone real quick in case there's a link to where I can go buy it. Might need that, but I love Batman Returns. Between Batman Returns and The Dark Knight, it is a toss-up between which one is my favorite, and that's because Batman Returns has that nostalgia for me. I love the original Batman with Michael Keaton and the Joker with Jack Nicholson and Vicky Vale and all of that, but the Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman.
Michelle Pfeiffer's.
Dude, like, if not my favorite, then my second favorite Batman movie of all time. To know that I can have the Batcave. Like, I have a Batcave here, and it has Penguin, and it's got the little bat boat and all that. Like, I have a Batcave set right here that I still haven't filmed yet. I've got a tumbler with Scarecrow here. Mm-hmm. I've got room right next to it for another Batcave from one of my favorite Batman movies of all time. I will drop the money on that.
I mean, just in case y'all want to just see what this thing looks like.
Oh, so much.
So this is what the box itself looks like. And then you can open up the box and this is where all the pieces are.
That is cool as shit.
And you can like assemble it and all that kind of shit. So yeah. Here are the figures. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that.
Exciting stuff. I got some more exciting stuff here that's probably more exciting for me than it is for you, but we're going to talk about it anyway because I'm the host. So, Critical Role. I know those of you who are familiar with Critical Role, actual play, Dungeons and Dragons group. They do a lot more than Dungeons and Dragons now, though. But they have a Zelda-themed, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom thing one-shot special on YouTube. Pretty cool. I've seen part of it so far. It's long as shit, just so you all know, but Dungeons and Dragons sessions can be pretty long. But yeah, there's not much to this story. Just know if you know Dungeons and Dragons, you know Critical Role, they did Zelda themed shit. And it's exciting if you like Zelda and you like Dungeons and Dragons. So you should probably check it out.
I was gonna say that's making Will's pants tight right now. He's probably gonna go check that out like right after our show ends.
It's a good way to waste. How long is this video? Yeah, this video is 5 hours long. So,
great for a car ride.
Exactly. You on a road trip right now. I mean, you can just spend your time watching that, Will. Yeah, it's not like a, in-depth story, but it's cool shit. It's definitely in my queue of things that I want to make sure I watch or finish watching. However, Metric, we got another thing here. We got trailers to watch. You want to watch some trailers?
Let's watch some trailers.
All right. So I got one here for a game called Ecumene Aztec. Something I saw looked really interesting to me. So I said, you know what? Let's do this shit. Like some Aztec Assassin's Creed with more building and crafting stuff happening.
Mm-hmm.
Or, just drop right in front of them and kill them because, and you got traps and shit you can make. Okay.
I'm all for taking down the white man.
Let's see.
Fun fact, this game will be banned in Florida upon its release.
Oh?
Well, yeah, they're banning everything that, discredits cis white Christians. So
Got you.
The idea
I see.
The idea of Ron DeSantis letting us play a game where colonizers get attacked is unfathomable, Travis.
You know what? You're right. I got another one here for us. Let me fix that. Come on. So let's watch this one. You played any Telltale games?
Yes.
So we got a trailer for The Expanse here. Also, that I forgot to mention, Star Trek Resurgence is made by former Telltale people. So
okay.
It's kind of what we figured the game was, but
yeah,
it's exactly that though, because it's former Telltale people. But let's check this one out here, and then we'll call it a show.
All right.
I've been at this a long time. When there's a treasure this big, I make it my business to know about it. The coordinates on that data drive, they're for the MK core.
We got a job, Baratnas.
Cox promised us a real payday. He said, give me 3 months, and you never have to work again.
Tree Fitty.
Before.
Whatever this is, it could still be everything you need to help the belt.
Do we want to invite that kind of attention?
In and out. No games.
Time to see what all the fuss is about.
We've been locked.
Don't these Pashangwalas rest?
What do you think we should do?
There is no good option. Whatever you choose will be wrong, and it's your job to choose.
When you find what's at the other end of those coordinates, the whole system will be on your ass.
What are you waiting for?
Stations! On my word, use the GDC volley, then turn and burn.
Just like series. Only this time, no dolls to keep you on the leash, yeah?
I hope that my actions on this ship can offer some amends for my past.
Whatever this treasure is, the one thing we know is that it will change everything.
So are you going to spend the rest of your oxygen feeling sorry for yourself? Or are you going to get to work?
That's quite the line. I like that one.
I mean, it's no 2 Chainz, but
I mean, tell you, all other lyrics became obsolete once 2 Chainz said, "You the realest nigga breathing if I hold my breath." Like, it's just, why write anything else ever again?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, more Telltale. I'm down for more Telltale. Looks like they did what a lot of people think they should do, which is, do some work on their engine, make that shit look better.
I was going to say, it didn't look like a Telltale game to me.
But they had to reevaluate and redo some things because they had to let a bunch of people go because they basically went bankrupt, which is crazy because their games were so popular for so long. But it was like they grew too big too fast and they all fell apart. But yeah, I'm interested in that one and Star Trek Resurgence. I'm definitely going to be checking both of those out.
I want Space Treasure.
Yeah. So we got that coming July 27th. So a couple months from now, basically.
Do you think like elements that exist on our planet exist on other planets?
Probably.
Like, do you think if we went to Venus, we could find gold?
Possibly, because it's still made of atoms, so you could, positive and negative neutrons combining in certain ways, and boom,
One more thing, since I mentioned the Ron DeSantis thing, just an article that I saw that I found hilarious, and I think you might appreciate too. Apparently, a woman in Utah got the Bible banned from schools.
Okay.
Based on their pornographic literature law. So Utah passed a law that clearly outlined what was considered as pornographic to ban books from schools. And under the guidelines, this woman used that to argue and successfully have the Bible removed from schools in
That's
Utah.
funny. That is hilarious.
Due to bestiality, incest, and other things that exist in the
because
Bible.
all those things are in the Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Us Calvary kids know we
Why do you think we're so fucked up?
We've forgotten more of the Bible than most people will read in their lifetime. Like, I tell people that all the time, and I'm like, you cannot try to come at me with Bible verses. I will hurt your feelings. Don't do it.
Give me a minute to remember them because I had to memorize the entire fucking book, and then
basically,
yeah,
a new verse every week, like from kindergarten through 8th grade.
Yep.
You learn a lot of shit. Speaking of Calvary kids, I actually just talked to Brandon the other day.
How's he doing?
He seems better. The other stuff that was happening is,
yeah.
But
I talked to Larry a while ago. He hit me up.
Oh, okay. He doing all right?
All right. Yeah. We'll talk off air.
Yeah, exactly. These are both conversations we need to have off air. I wasn't expecting to go that deep. It was just supposed to be like, oh, that was cool, and we can move on, but it didn't happen that way. But that's all right. We'll end that show there so we can talk about our old friends from elementary school. So thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, like I said, YouTube, Twitch, Pornhub, Patreon, all that good stuff. You want to know more about us and all that and how to find everything, all the links are right here at creationworld.com. So go there and click on all that stuff. If you want to know about all our socials, all that kind of stuff, you can check us out. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at It's Creation World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. Also on Facebook at Facebook.com/Creation World. And the thing is, while you're on Facebook, we also have Facebook groups for you to get into so you can hang out and talk to us about all this cool stuff, like Facebook.com/group/Dem Dragons. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon, you go up in there. We talk Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Or if you just got a cool picture of a dragon, just throw that cool picture of the dragon in there, and I will like it immediately because dragons are fucking awesome, and I love dragons. But there's another Facebook group, Matt, and I think you might want to tell them about it. What's that Facebook group?
Facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw, where you guys can come talk wrestling with a very relaxed and chill community. There is no drama. There is no bullshit. We have chats for pay-per-views. We have chats for weekly shows, whether it's WWE or AEW. And if you want to come in and talk Impact, I'm sure you guys can find some people in there that'll talk Impact, or probably not NWA because nobody fucking watches it. But, you know, like whatever the case may be, Dark Side of the Ring, anything wrestling related, we're there. Like I said, it's one of the, if not the most chilled and laid back group in the IWC. We've had one issue and it was taken care of right away, and it's been
that was years ago.
Yeah, a long time. So come check us out there.
Yeah, speaking of Impact, like I watched the Impact debut of Trinity on YouTube. Like, this is so sad. Like, why are there like 5 people in the audience? It's just like, anyway, yeah, you can find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Matrick, where can they find you?
On Twitter only at Matt Ritter. If you want to talk to me about wrestling, if you want to talk to me about horror, you can find me at Getting Off on Twitter only. That's Getting Off with an ED. We have a new episode that we just dropped for Getting Off. It is our predictions for Scream 7. It was a fucking blast. I recommend going and watching the entire pre and post show live stream version because it was a blast. But Justin from the Get Show podcast, Reek from the Young Kings Wrestling, Katie from the She League Showcase, and I all sat down and gave predictions. Travis, I think you would have been the biggest fan of my idea that in Scream 7, Sean and Marlon Wayans are the killers, getting revenge for the fail of Scary Movie franchise.
I wouldn't call it a fail. It was a drop off, clearly, but you know, because 1 and 2 were pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, and then after that, it was a huge drop off. So
yeah.
And now it's out of business. So now they're going to come back and try and revive the series by, that was my pitch.
I got you. Okay.
I need Smokey and Ray.
That does sound like a lot of fun. I might be into that. But until then, we'll be back on Monday for this show, not for Scary Movie 7, but we'll be back for the Creatia Conversation on Monday. We'll see you then. Until that time, we out.